Hello, JayborinoPlays here, finally finishing up my Legacy of the Void brutal playthrough / walkthrough. The epilogue, I should say. So we're heading into the Essence of Eternity. This is the mission I think everybody wants to see because it is the hardest of the three, almost without a doubt. It's a pretty tough holdout. We have planetary fortresses. We have access to any mercenaries we want at a cost. No perdition turrets. No other real good upgrades, but we do have the planetary fortresses, which is what we're going to be relying on a lot. So let's check this out. We're going to skip those cutscenes as we've been doing. Kerrigan is sort of like the laser drill from that one mission. Just keep her hotkeyed and just learn how to shift click. If you don't know how to shift click, you have to learn for this mission. Highly recommend. You have to understand how to shift click up attacks. Probably something you would have learned during the dig mission of Wings of Liberty anyway. Let's go ahead and skip this and get going. And just SCVs. We're going to need lots and lots of SCVs and tanks and turrets. So turrets going to be the big thing. And a big idea here is how long can you survive without sending too much stuff to your allies? So like we want to set up defense along the front. We just need a lot of SCVs. One thing that some people forget about on this map is the fact that, okay, first of all, let's move on out and pick up some of these. A lot of the pickups are in bad areas, so move out and grab these ones. Ignore that one that I clicked on first because you can't get to it. That one's actually on an island. That's all right. So that SCV will make its way. These two are on an island. This one's in fog. So we're going to use Kerrigan quite a bit, and let's come on down here and at least get the geysers.
Amon is sending his minions against
and let's just kill the stuff, the anti-armor. Using Kerrigan to do this early on really is not a problem in my opinion. And again, the idea is we want to use her very frequently early on and figure out how long we can last just by doing that. Until we have to start setting up planetary fortresses for our allies. And then another strategy is as you lay down supply depots, put them down kind of around this area and over here. Because we want the enemy to...
Explain yourself.
We want the enemy to run into them and attack them before they get to Kerrigan. So again, moving out and taking these pallets really isn't a bad idea. So why not just send an SV out there? It's good practice to shift click things. Okay, let's get some SCVs down here. And again, one thing to remember that's very important is when you make these planetary fortresses, they can attack, they can build SCVs. Sorry, the setup on this map is you have to be kind of on point, so I'm just making sure that I am staying on point by getting all this stuff set up in time. And then we got to get some tanks. And then those planetary fortresses, like I said, that you set up can in fact attack and make SCVs. So don't forget that. Sometimes when I play and I have planetary fortresses there, I found myself actually just throwing away SCVs that I would send from across the map when I didn't have to, because those planetary fortresses would have made them for me. So I want to get another one set up here. We'll set up tanks kind of along this ledge, kind of abandon this ramp. That's the plan. And then, like I said, just throw down your depots kind of in this area.
Base is under attack.
Okay, and this is fine. We're repairing. I'm going to set up another planetary fortress here, and then we're going to set up a bunch of...
Zagara and Artanis won't last long if you don't.
And then we're going to set up a bunch of turrets. That's right. Kerrigan's blabbing. I'm losing track of what's happening here. All right, we got a lot of gas, but not SCVs. So the idea is we want to hotkey these so that we can get this mining right away. This will be done. Okay, kill the Ultralisk. Your allies can do pretty darn well by themselves.
Against Amon's forces. It will delay the transfer. I'll have to be careful.
Okay, this is going to be a planetary, and we got to set up some turrets along this edge. To the point where we might actually let's cancel this and actually just sort of wall ourselves in with turrets. Really cannot hurt. All right, get mining, and then let's go ahead and make SCVs over here. Artanis dies like immediately, so just ignore him. Let's go ahead and turn this into a planetary as soon as possible. We're going to get two of them, and then really Artanis? Oh, he's somehow still alive. Okay, he's dead now. He always dies in the first wave. Don't even worry about him. I think one of the best things to do is set up 1 or 2 planetaries here and just build SCVs, and then turrets. Just make a million turrets here. And the Protoss should be pretty much fine, but we do need to get tanks down here as well pretty soon.
Upgrade complete.
So we'll send them down and shift-click it up. Okay, and since we have to, we'll use Kerrigan. Not really a big deal, but, you know, we'll do it.
Our SCVs
Okay, and we got to set
are
up
under
another
attack.
planetary here.
Base is under attack.
Okay, let's siege up. Good job, Vanguard, and this is where we make SCVs down here. On siege, I admittedly have not had the best start on this map. I need to be making more tanks, but I couldn't really afford them. On the plus side, our allies do, in fact, repair themselves and rebuild.
There's a Void Thrasher near us, Sarah. I think it's going after you. Time to use that power of yours.
Okay, don't wait. Always go for those right away. Do not wait. We got to get this base saturated. Meanwhile, let's set up some more tanks along these ledges. Kind of in the back. And then just shift Q that up and then get more tanks. Again, I'm kind of out of money because I didn't take my expansion as soon as I could have. We got the turrets getting set up and we're going to make more. All along the ledge here. That's what we got to do for our Tannis. And we can just delay a little bit with Kerrigan. Get rid of this junk. Okay, and then we've got this getting set up, and then we're going to have to defend Zagar pretty heavily here pretty soon. I just want to get this fully saturated.
Not enough minerals.
Okay, and then you... Let's go ahead and set up turrets. These tanks we got to send down to Zagar. We're going to kind of line this back area with them. They'll help a little bit.
They're assaulting our base from the other side.
Yes, they are.
Bastards don't let up, do they?
No, they don't.
Tenacity is advantageous in war.
Okay.
That isn't what I... Oh, hell, never mind.
And just keep making tanks, planetary fortresses, and SCVs, and then turrets. Those are the main things you're focusing on here. Pretty typical for Terran defense.
Not enough minerals.
That's a pretty small attack. I thought there would be more, but I guess that's it again. This bunker can go down. It's really not an issue. And in fact, I'm going to move these tanks back. We want to centralize this defense on top of this planetary fortress. We can move the tanks on top of this this ramp, like this, and even make a second planetary fortress like this. Okay, and then destroy these as they pop out. They just spawn out. They just poop out extra units, and it's just not worth. It's just not worth it to let them bother you. And then we just want to use Kerrigan. I think that the mission basically heats up. Obviously, the longer you're taking, the more it heats up. So I think what you want to really be focusing on is if you use... Right. Massive Onslaught. Is the longer that Kerrigan charges up, the harder it gets. So if you use her to delay, it may actually get... It might stay a little easier. I actually don't know if that's true, to be honest. So, like, if we keep her paused, I don't know if that means that it'll be easier, like it's triggered based on what percentage she's at. So it just doesn't hurt to just help and kill some of this stuff. Like, more stuff is coming. Keep in mind, like, there's going to be more and 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 more. So it just doesn't hurt to do this. This SCV, let's make more turrets along this ledge. Make SCVs here. We've got more tanks that we need to set up, and we can get siege breakers, which I should have been doing earlier. And we need depots. So we'll just do it like this. Again, if anyone's likely to go down, it's going to be the swarm, just saying now. Okay, our tanks are helping from afar. We just need the swarm to delay, like I was mentioning. Okay, don't delay hitting those, just do it.
Better take care of it before it causes too much trouble.
Eventually, I'll be sending multiple ones out. We got SCVs being built here. We're going to make another planetary. We got the tanks, and we're just going to need way more turrets. All along the ledge here, and then turrets here. And then we can make siege breakers. So, hopefully I've given a decent explanation on what and where you should be building. Our Tannis has mostly been left alone, and what you're going to want to do to secure him is just keep making turrets in his base everywhere, just along this edge. As many turrets as you can honestly fit, just make them. And make more SCVs. Okay, this is good, and I think we want to just support with Kerrigan here. And I'm going to send some Vikings down to help too. Okay, command center upgrade's just about done, and we're going to set up more turrets. With just lots and lots of tanks. Just keep upgrading.
Amon is sending an overwhelming force against me. I will need your assistance, friend Raynor.
Okay, always asking the player character for help. Every time. Let's move these tanks up just a little bit. I'm feeling good. I think Zagara's gonna need the most help just because we can't build on the creep, which is irritating. Let's kill these Ultralisks, and then we'll help Artanis.
Is under attack.
Artanis is gonna be mostly fine right now. My planetary might go down. It would not be the end of the world.
Power courses through me.
Oh, almost saved it. Not quite. Okay, this is why you want Colossi. Okay, we have our tanks here. We have a minor concern happening right here. We just always use Kerrigan if you're not feeling safe. Okay, get this set up. Make more tanks.
Our SCVs
And let's see, what do we want next? See, I'm not really performing admirably right now.
Raynor, Amon is sending a massive force to you.
Yes.
But we're doing good enough that, you know, I'm not that concerned. I would say I'm feeling very comfortable.
Not enough minerals.
You know, we've been short on money this whole map, this whole time. But this area is pretty safe.
Base is under attack.
Let's go and get more tanks down here for Artanis, because he's the one constantly in trouble.
Base is under attack.
Okay, and then let's just queue up stuff here. We have to get rid of the Void Rift too.
Yes.
Okay, again, I do have a lot of tanks here. I could probably use a few more. We can't afford to lose our main base area.
Void Thrashers are attacking us, my
Okay,
queen.
Void Thrashers, Rifts. Okay, and then let's just make more SCVs. They are repairing. This is good. We'll get a few more here. And just don't stop making SCVs. I think that's part of the key here as well. I would equate this to being challenging like All-In is challenging. It's tough. Let's make some more SCVs to repair here. We lost a lot of these turrets, so let's remake them. Okay, and I remade these SCVs mostly just to repair. Okay, good, good, good. And then the next step is going to be making sure that Zagara is safe. So we're making these tanks. Let's move these over here, mostly just to hold position, and I'll probably call down some more mercenaries just for Zagara. I'm nesting the tanks pretty deep into her base, which is what you have to do. Otherwise, they will get caught out and die. There's just nowhere you can make planetary fortresses, which is the unfortunate part. And what I can do is just fill up this bunker. And you can also place these on top of these stairs here too. Yeah, there's multiple options to help Zagara, but she's the one that's in the most trouble. So as you can see, we had a little bit of trouble. You know, I'm not gonna lie, we clearly had some issues, but you know, we're alive, and it's just not the worst thing that's been happening here. We're doing mostly fine. Let's move this guy up, make some turrets, and just SCVs to repair, man. And then we just hit the things that we know are going to be a problem. So like the big units, big tier units. Like this stuff will go down pretty fast. I think I'm going to move some more tanks down to Artanis, who's in only minor trouble. Get some extra turrets set up, because turrets are always going to be, or anti-air always going to be the biggest issue. All right, queue up against those big tier 3 air units. And then the Brood Lords. And Zagara's gonna die over and over and over and over again. Don't worry about it. Okay, and they do divert to move up that ramp, which is actually a good thing. We want them to. Okay, and let's just help clean up over here. We're mostly okay over in this direction. Let's just get some more tanks for Zagara, and I think we can afford siege breakers again, and let's just get a few extra units to help defend over on Zagara's area. Keep getting upgrades here. We'll send these down. Again, the Zerg will slowly get wiped. Don't wait for the Thrashers unless you're in immediate danger, which we are not. Our Protoss are just fine, and in fact, anywhere you can cram turrets, don't worry about his units getting stuck. Just shove turrets here. Turrets here, tanks here, I think are the most important things that you want to be concerned about. Okay, and then use Kerrigan to hit the things that outrange you, typically carriers, broodlords, that kind of stuff. That's what you really just want to be focusing on. Okay, and then just make a bunch of turrets. And now we just got to wait it out. So just throw down turrets anywhere. If anything, the turrets, just like the supply depots, will help delay. Broodlords, 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 broodlords. Zagara is back. See, the Zerg rebuild pretty quick, and they're good at delaying at least, whereas the Protoss... the Protoss are most likely to go down, because Artanis sucks. He doesn't respawn. I almost feel like that wasn't meant to be. I feel like he was probably meant to respawn, but he doesn't. And he just dies so quickly. Again, don't worry about his units getting stuck. You know, use Kerrigan here or there. There's an achievement to not use Kerrigan, or only use her a couple times. I would say, you know, only do that on hard. You could probably do it on brutal, but I wouldn't really concern yourself with it. Set up some extra turrets. And ride this wave all the way home. We get a few more, you know, we got a bunch of tanks here. Let's set them up. I don't want this side to go down.
Attacking from all sides. You must hold.
Right. So, Zagara's side is most likely to go down, without a doubt. So let's set up some more turrets, and we can divert some SCVs.
About enough of this.
Remain focused, my friend.
Liberators are fine. Mostly just looking for broodlords at this point. And probably want to hit the Archons and stuff over on the Zerg side. Zerg is more susceptible to ground because we can't make planetary fortresses. This down here is mostly fine.
Base is under attack.
Just be judicial with what you decide to attack. See, the Liberator's going to fly right over us and die. This is exciting. Our tanks on this side, I think, again, mostly fine. Good with Vanguards, too. The Zerg side, like I mentioned, probably the most concerning side. What I should have done is actually I should have brought a bunch of SCVs down to repair. Get more SCVs over here to repair, and we can pull some off to repair as well. And we did fine. I don't know what these Void Rifts do, honestly. I don't know if they send extra units to the waves or not, but I like to destroy them. We're about 3/4 there. I'd say we've got it. But, you know, a lot can happen in the last little bit of this map, without a doubt, so... Let's get these tanks down here, and let's just move a bunch of I think I already transferred some SCVs, but let's move more of them down here to repair all these tanks that we have set up. Again, even if they push through the Zerg base, then they have to move up this ramp, and they're not going to be able to get up there, so... just for funsies, we could set up a planetary fortress just in case.
Cosmos lies within my grasp.
Yeah. So this mission, it will take as long or as short as you let it, I would say, so... Don't let it take too long. Again, I suspect that the enemy attacks are triggered. They're based on the power that Kerrigan has, but so it's like in terms of their power, in terms of their like how much they build up. Let's just get rid of these carriers. So the idea is if you take too long with Kerrigan, they'll keep sending these size of attacks, but they'll send larger attacks if you let her get to a higher percentage. So the idea is if you feel really comfortable against a certain size of attack, maybe you can just leave it? I don't know if that's true. Maybe that's a viable strategy. It just depends on how it's triggered. Somebody could open these up in the map editor and actually figure it out for themselves. I don't know. We're maxed out. There's nothing to do.
These thrashers keep coming after us.
Kerrigan actually takes a lot of damage from all these three. So again, hit these as soon as possible. It coincides with a large attack though, so just be wary of that. Set up some extra turrets. We can even set some up here too.
Base is under
Lower the depots, and,
Is under attack.
I mean, she was getting hit by the Void Thrasher, so don't worry about that. Let's hit these capital ships, and this is, again, the turrets are there to delay. The Broodlings go down to the Protoss defenses, and we can use Kerrigan to destroy the Broodlords themselves, and then just rebuild these. Just spam rebuild this junk. Again, turrets here, crucial for keeping Artanis alive. You don't need that many tanks. In fact, I think I overdid it with tanks down here. Zagara needs more tanks, and again, you can't make planetary fortresses. You can just abandon her base and secure the top of this ramp. It might be a little easier, but I also like to fulfill that optional objective to ensure that my allies survive. Okay, this is pretty large, so let's just help out a little bit. We're at 83%. I don't really need to be doing this. Again, I could let the Zerg go down, but, you know, why not help out where we can? It doesn't really make that much of a difference regardless of what we choose to do. Okay, and then I'm just going to rebuild a bunch of turrets up here. And a lot of my supply is sunk into SCVs, but during the last push, You just kind of sit back and let it happen. When the giant final push comes, just let Kerrigan get to 100%. Maybe hit big things like, maybe hit really big things like carriers and broodlords. Battle cruisers, your turret should be able to take care of. So it's just, you know, use discretion on what you want to target with her, but at the end push, I would do your best just to not really do anything, if that makes sense. Only hit the real big stuff that's going to cause you major problems. I feel like I must have lost tanks along these edges because, yeah, it just seems like we've lost some. Putting tanks up here and along this ledge. Basically, this map gives you a few choke points that you want to hold, which is this and this, that actually you don't want to hold. You just want to ignore those. We don't have our turret upgrades. It'd be nice to have the turret splash damage or maybe the turret chassis upgrades that make them a little more beefy. I feel like that would be really nice, but unfortunately they're not. That's not an option. And again, we got a ton of money but no supply, so just make turrets. You can even make bunkers too. The Shrike turrets on top of the bunkers are equivalent to basically one Marine. So it's terrible, but, you know, take what you can get, I suppose. I'm most worried about this location, to be honest. This right here, but that's why what we can do with all of our extra money is just do this. They're instant supply depots, and what it'll do is when the enemy pushes through it, they'll stop and they'll attack all these. And we have a ton of extra money, so why not? This is where, like I said, I would say just sit back and let it happen. Just watch all of your stuff get annihilated, because it's going to happen. They're probably going to push through some of this stuff. Again, just let it happen. Don't be too concerned. Just let Kerrigan finish. It's going to take like another minute or two. Obviously, the Zerg are in the biggest danger. Look at this. That's awful. The Protoss, too, might be in danger, but Kerrigan should finish. She's got 1.5%. She's moving along. It'll be, I would say, 20 to 30 seconds. I don't think their town halls would go down before she's done. 99.3. So we're going to complete the optional objective, too, to have both of these groups survive, which is nice. We even have a lot of our mercenaries out, which is great. And we won. And the enemy didn't really even push in that close to us. So that's quite satisfying. We got Big Space Cthulhu there. Turning into Kerrigan. Coolio. So Kerrigan's lowest life was 2100. I think, yeah, there's an achievement for that we definitely got. The Kerrigan kills, obviously we would not have gotten. I would suggest just doing that on normal or hard, but I feel confident I could have done it, but there were some instances where I thought, you know, this will make this just a little bit easier where I wouldn't have to pay attention to it. I used it apparently 106 times. I did that, I would estimate, you know, just enough to get that achievement, right? So, oh no, wait, that was to kill that many. I don't know, maybe it's literally don't use it to kill anything. I don't know. I think it's don't kill anything on hard difficulty is the mastery. It doesn't matter, we did it. About 30 minutes, you could probably do it in under that time, especially if you got that achievement to not use Kerrigan at all. But that's a pretty effective strategy. Again, I showed the specific choke points and where to mass turrets, specifically in Artanis' base. Has anyone beaten this on Brutal with Artanis still alive? Maybe if you wall him in with turrets or something. I'd love to see that, because he would just lightning dash out of it. I think he is just impossible to keep alive on this mission. And I feel like he should have respawned, and they don't have him respawn like Zagara does. Whatever. Okay, this has been Jay Barino. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.